behalf of our chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, I, Prachi Trivedi Shah, Honorary Secretary, Flow Hyderabad Chapter, would like to welcome you all to an enlightening session on unlocking cyber secrets at the Telangana State Police Integrated and Command and Control Center. Could I request everyone to please put your phones on silent and rise for the national anthem?
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
It is an honor to request the floor chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, our guests today, Mr. C.V. Anandji, Ms. Sneha Mehra, Dr. B. Anuradha, Ms. Riti Raj, and Mr. Santosh Kaveti to come forward for lighting of the lamp. It is an honor to request our floor past chairpersons, Ms. Hina Srivastava, Ms. Manjula Reddy, Ms. Rekha Reddy, Ms. Jyotsna Angara, and Ms. Uma Chakraborty to come forward for photographs. Request our core committee followed by the ECs to come forward. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had said, empowering women is the prerequisite for creating a strong nation. When women are empowered, society with stability is assured. Let us take a look at the impact that we have created together at Flow Hyderabad Chapter to inspire and nurture entrepreneurial and professional spirit through networking, education, training, making women more employable and absorbable in the market. Could I have the video, please? Bill Gates had said, "The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow." Cybersecurity is not just about protecting systems, it's about protecting our society. Our session today takes us on a journey of cybersecurity and cybercrimes with Ms. Sneha Mehra, DCP Cybercrimes Hyderabad, Dr. B. Anuradha, DCP Cybercrimes Rachakonda, and Ms. Ritiraj, DCP Cybercrimes Cyberabad. The session will be moderated by Mr. Santosh Kaveti, Joint Secretary of Cyber Forum, Hyderabad City Security Council, and CEO and founder of ProAct Solutions. I now call upon Ms. Radhika Agarwal, EC Head of Marketplace Team, to kindly introduce our guests.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a momentous occasion as we gather in the presence of three extraordinary leaders, Deputy Commissioners of Police Cybercrimes, Ms. Neha Mehra of Hyderabad, Ms. B. Anuradha of Rachakonda, and Ms. Ritiraj of Cyberabad, who helmed the cybercrime divisions in the respective jurisdictions. The fact that the three DCPs for cybercrime of the three most important commissionerates of Telangana are women fills me with pride and ambition. Ms. Mehra's relentless pursuit of justice in Hyderabad, Ms. Raj's pioneering effort in Cyberabad, and Ms. Anuradha's exceptional work in Rachakonda have not only shattered gender barriers but also set new standards of excellence. each a symbol of empowerment and a trailblazer in her own right. They inspire countless young aspirants, especially women, to dream big, act courageously, and never allow anything to limit their potential. Together, they shared vision for a safer digital landscape and their unyielding commitment to the communities they serve paint a vivid picture of leadership, compassion, and innovation that resonates across the nation. Our session today is moderated by Mr. Santosh Kaveti, the Joint Secretary of Hyderabad Security City Council, HCSC, and the CEO and founder of ProArc. He is a luminary in the field of cybersecurity, one of his technology company's core focus areas. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you, Radhika. It is with immense pleasure that I now invite our chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, our guests, Ms. Sneha Mehra, Dr. B. Anuradha, Ms. Ritiraj, and Mr. Santosh Kaveti on dais. Could I kindly welcome our chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, to felicitate our guest, Ms. Sneha Mehra. Dr. B. Anuradha, thank you so much for joining us today. Mr. Santosh Kaveti, it's an honor to have you with us today. I now invite our chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, to address the gathering.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all the dignitaries present on and off the dais. Cybersecurity is a social responsibility. We all have a role to play, said Magda Chelli, a noted expert on cybersecurity. And how true is this? We are living in an age where technology seamlessly intertwines with every facet of our lives. From the moment we wake up to the time we rest our heads on our pillows, technology accompanies us like a steadfast companion. It has empowered us to connect with loved ones across continents, navigate unfamiliar terrains with confidence, and explore the boundless realms of knowledge. Yet, this newfound convenience and power come with the caveat, the vulnerability of our digital existence. In such a scenario, cybersecurity stands as a sentinel guarding our digital realms against an ever evolving landscape of threats. Imagine a world without the safeguards that protect our sensitive information, our financial transactions, and the critical infrastructure that powers our daily lives. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? Cybersecurity is the bedrock upon which our digital society rests, ensuring the integrity, confidentiality, and availability of data and systems that shape our modern existence. It's a profound honor to welcome you to this distinguished panel discussion, Unlocking Cyber Secrets, Safeguarding Against Digital Threats. We are privileged to have with us today an eminent panel of experts, Ms. Neha Mehra, IPS, DCP Cybercrimes, Hyderabad, Dr. B. Anuradha, IPS, DCP Cybercrime, Rachakonda, and Ms. Ritiraj, IPS, DCP Cybercrimes, Cyberabad. She will soon shortly join us. The panel discussion is moderated by Mr. Santosh Kaveti, CFO, founder of ProArc. This discussion promises to unveil insights, strategies, and solutions to protect our digital landscape. The strength of our digital future lies not just in securing the virtual landscape, but also in empowering the people who navigate it. Flow Hyderabad's empowerment initiatives are pivotal in this regard. We are tirelessly working to ensure that women, youth, and marginalized communities are not merely consumers of technology, but active participants in sharing our digital destiny. Through skill development, education awareness campaigns, and collaboration with industry leaders, Flow is forging a pathway that promotes inclusivity, innovation, and independence. Our goal is to create an environment where technology serves as a tool of liberation, not just connection. Your presence and support today contribute to this vision, and together, we are building a future that is not just secure but also empowering and equitable. Thank you, and let us embark on this illuminating journey of discovery and defense. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ritu. It is a privilege to invite Mr. Santosh Kaveti to open the session and our chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, to take the session forward.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Vicky Flo, especially to Ritu ma'am for the opportunity to moderate this esteemed panel. I'm privileged to be here again. This is a great privilege to be in the presence of DCP Sneha ma'am, Anuradha ma'am, and Ritiraj ma'am. So I'm looking forward to this discussion. Mainly, I would like to engage with you all. In my opinion, the only way to beat this cybercrime, which is, in my opinion, is an endemic. It's not a pandemic yet, so we have an opportunity to stop it before it truly becomes a pandemic, is by talking to each other, learning from each other, and improving our awareness. Prevention is the only, true medicine in this case. So looking forward to engaging with you all and also learning from experiences of our esteemed panelists here. With that said, if it's okay, Ritu ma'am, we'll get started. Okay. So we have some presentations that we'll use as conversation starters. Let's start with asking ourselves a basic questions, just to gauge our collective cybersecurity awareness. And at the end of this, we'll grade ourselves. We'll see how we are doing collectively as a team. Fair enough? Are you all ready for this? All right, let's keep going. Next slide, please. You know what? I can use this. Only if it works. Okay, so by raise of hands, how confident are you in recognizing a phishing email? I would say about 25% here raised hands, in my opinion. Have you ever attended any cybersecurity training? Again, by raise of hands. I would say less than 5% here raise their hands. Next slide, please. Okay, well, again, let me try. Okay, it's working. Have you ever been a victim of the cybercrime in the last 1 year? There are a few hands here. Do you know someone who's been a victim? There are many more hands, of course, right? Do you believe that women face distinct challenges when it comes to cybersecurity? I would say more than 80% raise their hands. If you were a victim, would you report a crime to authorities? Glad to know more than at least 80% here raise their hands. Now, does anybody here hesitate to report a crime due to privacy concerns? There are very few hands. How many of us here still use the word password and our date of birth or an important date in some shape or fashion, an anniversary or something like that, as part of our passwords? How many of us do it? Shame on us, right? You don't know how easy it is to crack that password, whatever it is. Now, how many of us here actually update our passwords regularly, meaning once every 6 months? That's not bad. How many of us actually use a password manager? There are literally two hands, three. Okay. How many of us have enabled two-factor or multi-factor authentication on all of our apps? That's not bad. I think we did okay there. Would you accept a friend request from unknown people? Someone raised a hand. They're like, I'm open, don't care. How many of us have actually gone to the privacy settings of Facebook, now not Twitter anymore, X, Telegram, WhatsApp? How many of us actually have gone to the privacy settings and changed them? That's not bad, that's pretty good. For those of us with kids or relatives, how many of us here actually talk to our kids about online safety? Say about 30% here. How many of us actually have parental controls in place? Not that many. Yes, ma'am, they do. They do. But unfortunately, they're unaware of what's hiding behind and the threats that they face them. So it does matter that we somehow find a way to know what they're up to. I'm not saying we need to micromanage them or monitor their every step, but it is very important to have parental controls in place. Now, based on these questions, how do you all think we did? Just raise your hand. Did we do great? No. Okay. Do we need improvement? Do we have critical awareness gap? Okay. Well, I'm so glad we know where we are. So, hopefully, throughout the rest of the session here, you will learn specifics and in general, what is that we all can do to change the equation here. Cybercrime is genuinely a war against every one of us. It doesn't discriminate by age, by religion, by creed, by gender. I've known people who are already dead also were victims. I also know people who were not even born were victims of cybercrime. So it's an individual responsibility, and it's time that we take it seriously before we completely lose to it. It's our duty to actually keep ourselves educated, and that's what we're trying to attempt to do here today. With that said, I would like to just establish a theme for the rest of the conversation. Okay, can we go to the next theme one? Yeah. If we look at the cyber crimes in general, they can be classified into two categories. In fact, I must disclose this. As part of HCSC, we had organized a summit a few months ago called Hack. We had the honor of Mr. Rajamouli sir's presence, who actually listened to us very intently, and he listened to a lot of crimes. He even called his own, folks from his sets who were victims, and he gave us a narrative. And a lot of what you will see here is actually, quite frankly, borrowed from his narrative. Okay. One of the things that you will find out that if you look at the cyber crimes broadly, they fall into two categories. One is greed. Some of us are looking to make quick money, quick buck, thinking it's easy. Okay. Succumbing to that emotion of, oh, if I had that 50,000 rupees or a lakh, I could do this. And here it is. Somebody's messaging me saying I could get that 50,000 right away. So why not? And the other category is just innocence or ignorance. Ignorance can be bliss sometimes, but it can also be very dangerous if you are not careful, right? When it comes to greed and even innocence, if we draw upon our ancestors, it doesn't matter which religion we are from, there is a quote, there is a story, there is a verse, there is a poem that teaches us two things. Lalach acha nahi hai, atyasha pankiradu, right? And it also teaches us the importance of learning and education. I'm sure your parents, grandparents, or someone must have told you a story. I definitely enjoyed those stories. There are quotes here from various religious scriptures here on the screen, but end of the day, they all point to two things. If something is too good to be true, it usually is. And make sure that you are aware. You're always learning, and you know how to overcome that emotion. And we all have our inner voice, right? You've heard about the inner voice. I think we have the ability to listen to our inner voice. And I promise you that inner voice will ring a bell, a danger bell, if something isn't right. See, unlike the physical world, the digital world is much more dangerous, and it's far reaching because you're putting every action you take, you're making something public, you're making something potentially available to anyone and everyone. So you have to be mindful of the fact when you take an action, hey, listen to your inner voice. And if it says there is a danger bell, listen to your danger bell. And lastly, this has to be our digital mantra. Just stop, just think and verify. before you do something online, before you click on that link, before you respond, before you provide the information someone is asking for, before you share some piece of information, private or not, always just stop. We all heard this, right? When you're in anger, everybody says count from 1 to 10. But this is no different. Just count from 1 to 10. I promise you, you will do something different. Just think and verify. This will change the equation first. If all of us can listen to our inner bell or danger bell, stop, think, and verify, I believe we will start seeing results. With that said, I would like to, invite respective DCPs to present their keynotes. They have such a vast on-field experience on the detection side, the investigation side, which this field is evolving. Let's remember this. Cyber, the hackers, fraudsters, scammers, whatever you want to call them, they are ahead in the game. They have a strong motive. They're constantly learning. As technology is evolving, they're constantly using new technologies and new ways to convince you or to cheat you or to scam you or to hack you. So they are way ahead of the curve, and we are simply catching up. And I'm sure you'll see a lot of insights from ma'ams from what they have learned and what their perspectives are. With that said, I'll first start with Sneha ma'am. Over to you. If you can share the presentation.
Very good afternoon to one and all. I am Sneha Mehra, DCP Cybercrimes, Hyderabad. First of all, I would like to thank Vicky and Flo for giving me an opportunity to address this gathering of brilliant minds, entrepreneur professionals, corporate leaders, and good to see that most of them are women. And today, as Santoshji already briefed, that we think we are very much aware, we are alert, we are safeguarding our digital world. But sometimes, even despite knowing everything, that danger bell does not ring and we succumb to a cyber threat or cyber fraud. First of all, I would like to wish everyone here along with me in dais, Rituji, Chairperson Flo, my colleague Anuradha, Ritiraj, DCP Cybercrimes, she'll join us in a while, and Santoshji, whom I have been associated with since he's a member of HCHC also, and we have been looking after the same forum, that is cybersecurity. To start with, I want to first of all mention an analogy. Let's think that the world is a treasure map. The world is a treasure map, and all the data that we are putting through social media, that we are putting through digital banking, and wherever we are entering the digital world is like these coins that we are exploring. The data is like a hidden gem. This data can be used by diligent individuals, organizations, governments to seek knowledge and connectivity. But in the same field, we also have, looking for this treasure, the cyber pirates. I'm drawing the comparison of the threat which we have, the vulnerabilities which we have, the people who are looking to make benefit out of data as cyber pirates, to make it a little bit interesting. So who are these pirates? What do they want? They look for digital vulnerabilities. But on the same hand, the same data, when it goes to government, they frame policies, They use technologies like blockchain in order to make the system more efficient. So the crime today is all the more sophisticated. It is not the same it was 5 to 8 years back where we had credit card frauds, simple OTP frauds, or digital banking frauds. We are no longer dealing with the cyber pirates of, say, a decade-old cyber pirates. We are dealing with people who are equally crafty, who are more intelligent, who are digitally empowered, who are using the latest technology like artificial intelligence, deepfakes, virtual private networks, algorithms, and cyber crimes over the years has become more and more organized. So in the left side, if you all can see, Kerala man loses rupees 40,000 to an AI-enabled deepfake fraud. How many, just for an idea, how many of you are aware of deepfakes? Okay, and how many are aware of deepfake crimes? Okay, so good that I'm touching about this topic so that it creates more awareness. Deepfake is somewhere when a person who has with a criminal intent, he uses one of his image or video and superimposes another picture on it. Say it can be of like Tom Cruise, Barack Obama, and the video will look as good as an original video. So now just think, we are reporting kind of crimes, even in India, where people are using a friend's video or friend's image to ask for money, to tell that they are in a financial crisis. And it points out that what is the extent of the skill what cyber criminals, these cyber pirates have. And how much do we need to enable ourselves to escape these kind of crimes? So already we have an example in Kerala where a person has underwent this kind of crime. When we talk about VPNs, I think most of the offices are using virtual private networks, and so are the criminals. So it becomes all the more difficult to catch him. Suppose he sends an email, suppose he makes a comment on any of the social media platforms. But when we try to track him through his IP address, it is coming as a totally different country because he's technically empowered, he's technically enabled to use technologies like VPN. So now let's add a twist to this tale. When we are talking about cyber pirates, suppose these cyber pirates have the ability to morph into beautiful fishes like dolphins, and they infiltrate in a digital world. So now we can't see their bad faces also. They're as good as our friends. They can hide in the depths of internet, launching attacks that range from stealing sensitive data to wreaking havoc in the critical infrastructure. So the main challenge that comes to us is to identify the friend and the foes. That who is the one who's sending me any information which is ultimately with the intent to leak my data, to steal my data, or steal my money. So this is a message which commonly comes when we report job-related investment frauds. Recently, Cybercrime Hyderabad, we cracked 712 crore job-related investment frauds where we found linkages of criminals in India, criminals in Dubai, and up to China. So this is the first where it starts from. Dear, I'm a project manager. We are hiring a team. You can work from home and daily salary is so and so. So this kind of messages, once the victims receive, whoever is lured and whoever has the intent to gain easy money, and for that matter, since Santoshji said the last time when Rajamouli sir said there is no easy money. So whoever falls trap to this easy money, they are invited over Telegram group, they are given some task, they invest some money. Suppose they invest 1,000, they get 200 return. They invest 5,000, they get some return. And after a certain time, they are kept on luring, they are kept lured to these kind of offers, and ultimately they end up losing a huge amount of money with no returns. Has anyone been a victim or knows any victim who has been victimized by such kind of job-related investment frauds? Okay, there's one hand, 2, 3, 4, okay. So just for the sake of telling, this is the most reported individual-based fraud that we are reporting in cybercrimes in Hyderabad. and I think Rachakonda and Cyberabad also. And this is the kind of fraud where most amount of money is lost in terms of financial losses and in terms of number of people victimized. In job-based investment frauds are the most commonly reported frauds nowadays, and my colleague Anuradha, she'll be briefing you in the entire mechanism of how these frauds are perpetrated. The second example, so there is another important fraud that is going on is FedEx parcel frauds, where somebody will call you telling you in your name one package has come, and this package is caught in customs and is found to have certain gifts or something, plus some drug item, some fake currency or something illegal. Then they will connect you to a conference call, and in that conference call, they will say, okay, this Mumbai police person is talking to you now. In order to escape and in order to protect yourself, you need to deposit some amount of money. So we need to be alert. Because I have seen software professionals coming to our police station, very much educated, knowing everything, two-factor authentication, data protection, privacy in the social media set, but still they are falling trap to these kinds of frauds. Then online, a lot of women fall trap to matrimonial and gift frauds, where they get introduced to some person, and mostly he's person using a fake profile, and they develop friendship over the time, and then he tells, okay, I'm sending you expensive gifts, diamonds and something, and then he will tell it is caught in customs. You need to pay me certain amount to get it freed, and this is how they are trapped. Has anybody encountered this kind of fraud with anyone? Okay, there's one hand. Another very important, which is less discussed, is sextortion, which has become very frequent. And in most of the cases, we have seen sextortion cases, criminals originating from North India in Mewat region, where it has become a commonly perpetrated crime, where the villagers are also engaging. And in a more sophisticated level, people are using nude videos with deep fakes that I just talked about. So you will just get a call from an unknown number, and if mistakenly you accept that video call, some nude video will play, and they will immediately click your photographs and then try to extort money from you, saying that, okay, we'll send it to all your relatives and friends. And a lot of people have fallen trap to it, and the problem which has come in reporting these kind of crimes is people feel very much embarrassed when they come to report such kind of crimes, and people of all age groups have fallen trap to it. So it is very much important that just when initially we started this discussion, I have come to know that most of the audience we are having today is very much aware. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it not just to our kids, but also with our elders, because there are many senior-aged people who have fallen trap to all these kind of scams. And sometimes they hesitate reporting it. So cyber awareness and cyber fraud is something which is a matter of day-to-day discussion, and not just with kids that how much they should be regulated over social media, but also with the elders, it's something to be discussed. So this is where I was telling that we need to identify who is a foe, who is a friend in the cyber world. Okay, just keep on clicking. Okay. So the complexities of crimes. Click all at once. So the complexities of crime has grown over the years. We have banking frauds, job frauds, psychological tricks, then virtual attacks on computers, identity theft, social media related attacks, matrimonial fraud, attacks to mobile applications, betting scam, lottery fraud, KYC updation fraud. So not all, but a few of them. KYC updation is very frequently reported, where you will get a message that you have not updated your KYC. Please click on this link. That link will be totally fake. Advise anybody, if you know already, please advise your family, friends, and anybody, your organization, not to click in such links. Then suddenly, mostly aged people are falling trap to electricity bill payment frauds or KYC updation frauds in their bank accounts. So message will come, your electricity bill is pending, you have to pay it immediately. They pay it, and then they realize it was a fake. And sometimes when they pay it, the amount lost is much higher than the amount demanded. So these kind of frauds which appear very small in nature have affected a lot number of people. Okay, so what is our defense when we talks about, since I started with the story of a cyber pirate and how our data is a treasure trove, how do we protect ourselves? What is our armor? What is our virtual armor? So in that, three things become very much important: cyber hygiene, cyber education, and cyber security. When it comes to cyber hygiene, it can be as simple as using a licensed version of software, social media privacy settings that already we have talked about, how to accept friend requests or not accept friend requests, usage of public Wi-Fi, antivirus updation. They are very simple, but despite knowing, we know that sometimes if we get, we need to reply immediately to a message. We do use public Wi-Fi. Many of us do. Despite knowing the harms of public Wi-Fi, we have been doing that. We do download unauthorized apps from Play Store or from App Store, say recording voices, singing. Some app which seems to be fascinating, but at the back end of it, it might have certain trojans or some kind of file attached to it, which will ultimately compromise your system or compromise your mobile phone. So cyber hygiene, despite all of us knowing it, we do fall trap to not following cyber hygiene measures. Last year, Hyderabad City Police Cybercrimes had detected AP Mahesh bank fraud, which was nothing but lack of cyber hygiene in the bank, where the bank employees themselves have clicked the phishing emails and the entire bank data was made vulnerable to the Nigerian cyber attackers, and a huge loss of in financial terms happened to AP Mahesh Bank. So even bank professionals, they are falling trap to phishing attacks and lack of cyber hygiene. When it comes to cyber awareness and education, most of you told already that two-factor authentication is already being done. One type of fraud which some victims came and reported is Aadhaar-enabled payment system, that when they opened their bank account, the bank itself activated AEPS, and somebody has withdrawn money by putting a fingerprint in some village. So please do ensure that whenever you open a new bank account, AEPS is not activated until and unless you want it. Then authenticity of QR codes. Wherever you are going, please don't use each and every QR code. Let it be genuine. Check it whether it is right or not. Otherwise, again, you might end up losing your data and your financial loss might happen to you. Then the PIN is never required for receiving payments. I think most of us know it, but still people are falling trap to it. Not clicking on unauthorized links, not downloading uncertified APK files, and most importantly, financial frauds are nothing but a result of the greed of the victims. Whether we say loan app-based frauds, job-based investment frauds, all these luring offers, people fall victim to, less because they are innocent, but more because they are greedy of money. So there is no easy money that is going to come your way. Okay, so how do we tackle it? How do we tackle the most sophisticated cyber criminals, the technologies, the organized crimes that they're doing? We at our end, from the police side, we are trying to detect most of these cases, try to get a refund to the victims in most of these cases. But the ratio in which these cases are nowadays being reported has increased exponentially. So the most important tool and the most important armor, the most important weapon that we have is awareness. And when we talk about awareness, it's not just that, okay, I know everything and I tell sometimes I tell my children and all. No, let this be the part of day-to-day discussion. Let your elders know it. Because our elders, our parents or grandparents, they suddenly faced a generation of social media, digital banking. Sometimes they don't know how to operate digital banking. And they get very much terrified when they receive, okay, your bill is not paid or something is pending, KYC is pending, and suddenly they are falling trap to such kind of scams. So please make the elders also aware, because they are the ones who suddenly came into this digital generation. At least for us the change was gradual, but for them the change is sudden. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that in the session today and henceforth, let us embark into this journey with spirit of adventure, armed with knowledge, awareness, and let's remember that we are not just protecting data, but we are safeguarding the trust, progress, and the very essence of our interconnected world. And lastly, I would like to say that not falling victim to a cyber crime or cyber fraud, mainly financial fraud, also contributes to the national security because we don't know crores of money defrauded is going where. In some of the cases, and in the recent case detected by Hyderabad cyber crimes, we have also found terror financing linkages. So by being aware and by being alert, we'll also protect our security, our cyber security, and the national security too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to invite DCP Anuradha ma'am to deliver her keynote speech.
Good afternoon all. Today it's my pleasure being a part of this cybersecurity session, and thank you very much for inviting me and making me a part of this session. So, as rightly said, technology has become a part of our lives. Without technology, we can't survive a day. Without a cell phone, we feel that one of our parts in the body is lost. 5 minutes without cell phone, we can't survive. That is the status of present day. So, in this regard, I would like to tell that as DCP cybercrimes, with the increase in usage of technology, cybercrime reporting has also increased. There is a rampant increase in cybercrime reporting, and we are witnessing variety of crimes which we never heard of and imagined about. We never think that such crime has happened. Being in that place, I came to know that people are suffering a lot and they are suffering silently, not telling anyone about getting victimized and losing their mental and physical health, and also financially they are losing a lot. So in this regard, today I want to share 2 cases which were reported recently in Rachakonda, and some of you may connect with those cases, and I want to tell the do's and don'ts, what are the do's and don'ts, how to be alert. So just day before yesterday, one of the cases was reported in which a young married lady, she is a young married lady, and I am not going to reveal the details because we keep them confidential, but she is an educated girl. She completed her BTech from one of the reputed institutes, and after that she did her MS from US. She worked there, returned to India, got married and settled. She is settled, and right now she is having a kid who is 10 months old. So because of that, she is not able to work. So what she did is, she thought that she is sitting idly at home. She wanted to do some work and contribute something to the family. So she was searching for some job, and on her Instagram account, she came across a job offer. The job offer is, I'm telling about this fraud because these are the most prevalent and trending MOs that are being reported, and out of every 10 cases, 8 are these cases. So I want to tell about this. So she got a message on her Instagram that I am general manager of so-and-so project, and I am currently looking for hiring a part-time team. And the job she was offered is, they'll send some YouTube videos. She has to the job she has to do is, she has to like those videos, subscribe to that YouTube channel, and send the screenshot to those persons. In turn, she'll be paid for that. Have you heard of any such job any time? No, that is a fraud. That is a fraud. If you have received such messages, that is a fraud. So innocently, she clicked that link and her trouble started. That is where her trouble has started, and in 1 month, I'll tell you where she ended up. So on the first day, after clicking that link, they have sent her some videos. She has liked and shared and subscribed to those YouTube channels, and she was paid 1,000 rupees on the first day. And on the second day, she was paid, more videos were sent to her, and she was paid 2,000 rupees. She was very happy with that, and she thought, "Arey, sitting at home, I'm earning so much." And on the third day, she got a message from the same team that you're performing this very well, so we want to escalate you to an investment platform. We want to introduce to an investment platform. So if you are willing, you please join a Telegram group. If you are willing to join the Telegram group, there is an investment platform in that Telegram group, and you can invest in that in the form of cryptocurrency or in the form of bitcoins, and you can double your money within half an hour or 45 minutes or mostly by the end of a day. Do anyone believe such? She believed it. No, don't say no one is believing. More, we are getting, and I revealed our education background is, most of the victims are highly educated and highly positioned IT employees, software employees. That is the reason I revealed our education qualification. We don't get any illiterate cyber victim. That is true, yes. Because they don't use technology, they are safe. Only time when we receive a illiterate victim is some unauthorized transactions done by their family members. Because they are not aware of net banking and all those things, they ask their family members to do the transactions on their behalf, and sometimes they are getting cheated by their own family members. Other than that, we don't get many illiterate victims. Most of the, out of 100 victims, 95% I can say, we did victim profiling also. And 95% of them are educated and 80% of them are software employees. Feeling very sad to say about this. So what happened is, so she was happy, she happily joined in the Telegram group, and that Telegram group consisted of 8 members, and she is the 8th member, and the remaining 7 are cyber criminals. She don't know that. Maybe one person is operating on behalf of those 7 persons also, we don't know that. But that is a group of 8 members, and she is the 8th member. She joined in that group. So on the first day, she was asked to invest 1 lakh rupees. So she readily invested, and they have shown her a profit of 25,000, and virtually on the screen she can see an amount of 1,25,000. So she was happy. On one day itself, she made a profit of 25,000, and she continued investing like that, and she invested 1 crore rupees. This is a true case which was reported day before yesterday in Rajakonda. No, it didn't end up there. There is more to tell. So she invested 1 crore, and she wanted to withdraw. And with her profit, it was showing us 1 crore 75 lakhs virtual. So she wanted to withdraw that amount. So she tried to withdraw. They said, no, you can't withdraw so much of amount in one transaction. So you have to wait for the withdrawal. She waited for 1 day. And next day she tried to withdraw. Then they said, the server is down. Today we can't help you. So you have to wait till. If you are interested, you can invest meanwhile 25 more lakhs. And she did that. Yes, she did that. And you might be thinking where she got all that money from. She has pledged her gold, whatever was given during her marriage. And whatever savings are there in her name, she has invested. And so I'll tell what happened. So 1 crore 25 lakhs was the original amount she invested. And she asked for withdrawal on the 3rd day. So one of the members from the group responded, and he said, this happened to me also. Sometimes the server will be down. We can't withdraw the amount, and so we have to wait. And then comes a message to her that Since the amount is huge, it is 1 crore 25 lakhs and with profit it is almost 2 crores, you have come under the radar of income tax and ED officials. For the first time in her life, she is hearing those words, income tax, ED officials, and they may book a case on you under Money Laundering Act. That innocent lady, she believed it. And she asked help of one of the members in that group. He is a criminal. And do you know what they do in that group? They post pictures of luxury cars and villas, saying that from the profits we got from these investments, we have purchased these things, making them believe that it is true. This lady also, she believed it. And one of them called her and said, no, this thing will happen. Don't worry. I am there to help you. I'll guide you. I'll see that there will be no case against you. But please do me a favor. Do you know what that favor is? No, not at all. More money. Already it was 1.25 and it went to 1.5 crores. Yes, exactly. It is not a picture. He asked for a nude video of 10 seconds. And this lady did that. She has sent a nude video of herself to that person on the other side, trusting that he will help her and that her plight will end with that. But the real trouble started then. After 10 minutes of sending that video, that person reposted that video to this lady, saying that now you don't ask for money. And if you ask for money, or if you are going to lodge a complaint against us, we are going to circulate this video to all your contacts, to your family members, and we may post this video on dating apps and call girl apps. See, so she forgot about the money. Now her worry is about the video. Initially, she was worried about 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 1 crore, 1.5 crores. Now her worry is, she don't want money, but her worry is video. So she tried to take her life, and her husband noticed that he noticed that she was in depression, she was not taking food, and she is not in good mood. So he asked her, that girl, what happened? Why are you so silent? Why are you looking so stressed? After a lot of persuasion and everything, she revealed that to her husband and her parents, that so and so has happened. And she didn't tell that she has sent a video. Only thing she revealed is that she has invested so much of money, and actually I wanted to surprise you with the returns and everything. I wanted to surprise you. But she was surprised in turn. She was given a big surprise. So her husband persuaded her, and they came to the police station day before yesterday. Immediately we registered a case. And thing is, our first priority is to get that video deleted. So immediately we have registered an FIR, and that FIR was posted to the fraudsters so that they'll stop further fraud being done. And only thing I want to tell you is, if that video is posted on some platform or somewhere else, and if someone reports it, we can get it deleted. But if that video is downloaded and saved in somebody's personal phone, we can't help. It can resurface anytime, and it can be circulated anytime. So now that lady is totally depressed, and we have a professional counselor. Seeing the rise in such type of cases, our Commissioner of Police, Rachakonda, has hired a professional counselor. That counselor's duty is to counsel all these ladies who are victims, and counseling, she's taking some counseling. And one more thing I want to tell you is, recovery of the amount is, the chances of recovery are very, very less, because most of the money is sent out of country, and in that transaction, 100 bank accounts are used, and the amount has gone through 30 layers. Transfer, 30 layers. We have T4C, Telangana Cybercrime Coordination Center. They will give us the details. They will give us the trail of money, how it is transferred to different accounts. When we got the trail, we have seen that it has gone down 30 layers, and the amount we can freeze is only 2 lakhs. And they are least bothered about the money now. And luckily, her husband is very supportive, and our family is also very supportive. And now just I want to tell you one thing. We human beings are social animals. We have a family to share. We have many WhatsApp groups. We have cousins group, friends group, college group, degree college friends group, school friends group, father side cousins group, mother side cousins group, or husband side cousins group. We have so many people to share with. She didn't share this incident with any of her acquaintances. She was suffering silently all these days. And in 90% of the cases, this is what is happening. No one is sharing. They are thinking that if they get the returns, we are telling, they will not rob you of your money. If you tell or share this to somebody, they may have guided you. They might have told you, they might have stopped you. She didn't reveal this to her husband, her in-laws, her parents, or none, or siblings. So this is the case which was reported day before yesterday. So most of you must have heard about this. Have you ever received any such messages about investment or part-time job offers? Any? Please. My only request is, don't believe that. 100% it is fake. And it is not only about liking or sharing YouTube videos. They may lure you by saying that you have to give ratings to hotels and resorts. You have to do some Google Map rating. You have to add some products to the cart, Amazon products or some well-known company products. These are all fake, 100% they are fake. Please don't believe in such messages. That is my sincere request. And please, you may not be directly able to relate to this, but you please, wherever you are, if you have a company or if you are working somewhere, please spread this to all your friends and colleagues so that they can make others aware of this. Because out of 100 cases we are receiving every day, 90 are of this type. So, and we have, technically we call them as smishing frauds, wishing frauds, phishing frauds. Phishing is if you receive any SMS or message and if you get cheated through message, it is called smishing fraud. If you get a phone call and if you get cheated through that phone call, we call it as wishing fraud. If it is a phishing mail, you get a fake mail and you may be cheated. That is called as phishing fraud. Those are all technical things. But only thing is, just you have to see the mistakes which are done by this lady is, first thing is, there is no such job as liking and sharing YouTube videos. Nobody is going to pay you. They are luring the victim and taking her into confidence, and initially they paid her 3,000 rupees. That is the only investment from the fraudster side. For that 3,000, she lost 2 crores. So please don't believe that. And second thing is, if there is any investment platform like cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or anything, nobody will give you double the amount in 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 day. And one more thing I forgot to tell you is, they ask you to do the transaction at a given time, on a particular day. If you miss it by 5 minutes, if they ask you to do it at 7:30, and if you do it at 7:35, they say that because you didn't do it on time, we are unable to help you. You have to do one more, double the amount, again you have to invest. So please don't believe in such things. And third thing she would have done is, when they said that there may be a case by RBI or money laundering or ED, no person, if you are doing some suspicious transaction or something fraud, they will not call you. They will track you and come to you directly. Nobody will guide you. Will the police guide? I'll tell you a FedEx courier fraud also. Where a lady, same, next case is that. So no police will call you and guide you that you are doing a fraud. I'm coming. I'll tell you what the mischief is done by you and I'll guide you. So please, They are using the trending terms. Nowadays, we are seeing on newspapers and on the media, we are hearing a lot about ED, money laundering. So they are using those terms and cheating the victims. So this is one case which we came and I thought of sharing it with you. And well, do you want me to stop or share one more case? Yes. Yeah. Just yesterday. This case was reported yesterday. This is a FedEx courier fraud. This is also happening. This is also rampant. This is a trending fraud. In this case also, they are young couple. They have recently relocated from US. They are working in a reputed IT company, and both husband and wife with their children, they have relocated to India, and now they are working in India. And unfortunately, they relocated 10 months back, and unfortunately, husband expired some 10 months ago. And she is a widow with 2 small kids. And she is working in a reputed IT company. I want to insist on this. So, yesterday at 10 o'clock, I think at 10:15, she got a call. He introduced himself as Rakesh Sharma, Director of FedEx Courier Service. So she asked him, why are you calling me? He said, there is a parcel sent by you. There are 4 parcels in your name, and those parcels are booked from Mumbai to Taiwan. She is listening that word Taiwan for the first time in her life. She never, generally we hear it as a country. So he said that you have registered a parcel, and there are 4 parcels. In one contains laptops, and in one parcel there is MDMA. Have you ever heard about MDMA? So she asked him, what is MDMA? I never heard about this. He said, that is a drug. MDMA is a drug. And you are sending MDMA from Mumbai to Taiwan. She got shocked. What is this? What is he saying? I didn't book any parcel, and I didn't send any MDMA or anything, and I don't know about this. Then he said, no, because the parcel is booked in your name and address and everything belong to you, we have to register a case against you. So I am directing you to a police officer by name Smita Patil. Yes, I remember the name exactly. Smita Patil, who is working as an inspector in Andheri West Mumbai Police Station. And he has connected her to Smita Patil, inspector. Then that Smita Patil inspector asked her to connect. She has given a Skype link and asked her to connect on Skype. Immediately, and the warning she was given is, since this is a drug case, MDMA is there anyone in your house? See that no one is there around you. If anyone is there, you come to a room where no one is there, and you should be there, only you should be present in that room. So anyway, she was alone. Her kids left for school. So immediately she got connected on Skype. And on Skype, that Smita Patil inspector came online, and she said, because you are transporting MDMA, and first thing is, she never heard that word MDMA. So you are transporting MDMA, we have to register a case against you. So if you want to come out of this case, I'm going to guide you. She believed that lady. So what she said is, how many bank accounts do you have? She said, I have 2 bank accounts. One is in HDFC and one is in ICICI. Huge amount. Where is the biggest amount? Large amount. She said, it is there in HDFC. How much is that? I have fixed deposits worth 1 crore and 50 lakhs are their savings when they were working in US. And so total as a final settlement to her husband and everything, our fixed deposits and our savings are 1.5 crores. And please, believe me, these are all true cases. Otherwise, I wouldn't have believed this. So, 1.5 crores. So that lady said, immediately you go to HDFC Bank, cancel all your FDs, and I'll give you an account number. You transfer the entire amount through RTGS, and because this entire amount will go to RBI, now your Aadhaar card is, somebody has stolen your Aadhaar details and they have registered a parcel and sending drugs in your name, and next they may hack your bank accounts also and they may withdraw the entire amount. So before getting cheated by fraudsters, you send the entire amount to a bank account which I am giving, so that will go to RBI. This lady is hearing the word RBI also for the first time. Really? So it will go to RBI. From there, they will consolidate the entire amount and they will resend it to your account in 45 minutes. And they told her not to reveal this to the bank manager or the receptionist or anyone working in the bank. Immediately, it was 10 minutes away from her residence. Immediately, she went to the bank and the manager was asking her, why are you cancelling all the FDs? You have to pay penalty for that. No, I want to cancel all the FDs and I want to transfer the amount. And she transferred 1.5 crores in one transaction to an account given by the Smita Patil inspector. And after that, after the amount is sent, she told her, that inspector told her, 45 minutes, don't talk to anybody. Really, this is true. Don't tell anybody or don't talk to. So she asked that inspector, can I bring back my kids from the school? She said, okay, you can do that. But don't tell about this transaction to anyone. After 45 minutes, you will get back your money and everything will be normal. So by the time she went to the school, picked up her kids, came back, it was 2:30 in the afternoon, and she is not receiving any call from either Smita Patil or Rakesh Sharma. So she searched on Google and got that number, Andheri West police station number. And when she called to Andheri West police station, they said, it is a fraud. Immediately you call 1930. Please note down. 1930 is the helpline number. If you feel that you are cheated, first thing you have to do is, just like 100 dial, for any cybercrime, you have to dial 1930. That is the helpline number. So immediately she called on 1930 helpline number, and they have taken all the details, and by yesterday evening 10 o'clock, we are able to freeze 50 lakhs. And 1 crore, I don't think we will be able to recover. So just I wanted to, this is yesterday's and that is day before yesterday's case. And we are, as police, we are witnessing many such cases. So our only request is, please don't believe any such things. Why will you send any drug? If you have not sent anything, don't get panicked or don't be scared. Share this with somebody. They will guide you, because sometimes we'll get stuck and we don't know what to do. So just take some time, think, verify, and then act. These things I want to share with you, and the do's and don'ts I think we'll discuss later. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing those experiences. It's rather sad, isn't it? How many of us here are going to use public Wi-Fi from here on? Okay. How many of us here are going to accept a video call from Shah Rukh Khan? By raise of hands. Just remember that. You've heard about deep fake videos, right? And they can be real time. I would even go to the extent of telling you all, even if you get a video call from someone you know, just stop and verify the number. Just take a look at the number to see where they are calling from. Because using a deep fake, I can easily call you as someone you know. So it is now possible. So uh, with that, there is, I mean, you've seen the seriousness of the issue. This is a clear and present danger for all of us. That's why I refer to this set of crimes as truly endemic. And as you can see, social engineering techniques are used time and again. And they use fear, shame, and guilt as primary motivators to trick you to do something that you should not do. So that's where we need to be really vigilant, and we need to be very careful, and we need to pay this forward. We need to educate others, not just ourselves. We need to somehow find a way to pay this forward. Looks like we need to pay it forward to our educated, colleagues, not just people who are illiterate. I wanted to share a couple of more stories, just continuing this theme. But also find a way to, I guess, even engage you all to get more input from you and share more stories from all of us, all of you as well. Okay. The humorous one. Just one more just presentation to carry this conversation forward. So, how many of you all think we are smarter than a crow? Do you think we can do better than a crow? Right? Now, when we all know the story, right? I'm assuming we all know the story. I don't need to reiterate the story. When the crow found the water in that pitcher, did it jump in? No, right? It did not jump in. Why did it not jump in? There was water there, there was a pitcher. Why did it not just simply jump in? Because it was smart enough to know that if I jump in for that water, okay, my thirst may be gone, but I may lose my life. I may never be able to come back out of it. So it stopped. It thought, okay, what can I do now? It experimented with the pebbles, figured out, okay, I can do this, and it worked very hard, but found a way to earn that water. So if crow can do it, we can do it too. That's why I keep saying, stop, think, and verify. Always. You can go to the next slide. While there are many stories, to share here, just from my personal experience, this happened to a friend of mine. A friend of mine gets an email saying that he won a prize. Okay? He won over $1 million, and the email looked really well written. It was very authentic. How many of you all use ChatGPT? How many of you? Okay, almost everyone. How many of you all use some kind of an artificial intelligence tool? How many of you all have one of these? Well, then you all are using it, even if you don't know that. Okay. If we all are using ChatGPT, please know that criminals and fraudsters are using them as well. And they probably are way ahead of the curve in terms of how to use them for wrong reasons. So if you look at this email, it was really well written, convincingly written. Okay. Now, my friend thought about it and he was so happy. He believed the email and he thought his life changed forever. He thought he genuinely won $1 million, to the extent he started making plans for all of that money. He created an estate plan. He even created a donation plan. He took care of like third generation relatives. I mean, he actually made a list. He spent 2 nights thinking about what am I going to do with all of that money. His friends, he covered everybody. Look at how how good he was, or at least how nice he was, he actually wrote a list of who gets what. Okay, he covered all of his relatives, friends, donations. He covered the entire estate plans. And then one day, he comes to me and says, it was my friend. He says, Santosh, mera to life ban gayi. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, I won this prize. So, when I looked at the email and I went, are you kidding me? How can you believe this? Again, he was educated. Okay. At that time, he was probably going through some things in life, whatever it is, and the email was very convincingly written, and therefore it was easy for him to believe. So there he was, someone who made elaborate plans. He even thought about how he was going to get the money, who he was going to take, the money to, the whole 9 yards. He had a whole 3-day. He spent 3 days laying out an elaborate plan for that. And believe me, there are many, many, many stories like this to share. I see that Madam is here. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome her. And ma'am, you came at the opportune time. Just now, Sneha ma'am and Anuradha ma'am have just delivered their keynote speeches. I would really appreciate if you could also share your experience as well. You could share it there, or you could even go to the podium. It's up to you, however you feel, whatever you feel comfortable.
A very good evening to all of you. I hope my voice is audible at the back. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Rutu, for organizing this. And the main reason why initially I said yes to being a part of it was because I know the number of cases that are coming to us. And, we say prevention is better than cure. So that is the only reason why we are here. And I apologize again for being late. We had a press conference for which I had to be there. Now, the topic that I want to talk about are something which, you might be getting messages about it. Regarding investment, you get messages regarding investing on stock trading platforms or crypto platforms, or in the names of certain part-time jobs. Now, the slides here are such that I don't want you to focus a lot on the slides. The slides only show the kind of messages that come. So here we see, now this is a Telegram group, okay? So the cybercrime today in India has become so organized in nature that every part of it is very well structured. Now you have groups like this where they hire bank accounts. Now generally we think the bank account details, credentials are very, confidential for us. But today, sadly, unfortunately, it's a paid job. People are getting paid to create accounts, and those accounts they supply to these kinds of groups, which are prevalent on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Telegram. Now, once you give them these bank accounts, they change the credentials and they use it for fraudulent purposes. But the problem is that when the police starts investigating, they come to you because you are the person who had initially opened the bank account. And in a lot of cases, we have found that a lot of young people are now getting into it. College students, high school students, just to earn extra money. Anybody above 18, anybody who is eligible to open a bank account is getting into that, which is creating a very big trouble. Now, when people get messages, the cyber fraudsters, the cybercrime fraudsters, they only abuse 3 emotions of people: loss, fear, lust. That is it. Now, their main objective is to put the other victim in fear or greed. Either fear of losing out or greed of earning that extra income. So you get messages saying, 500 per day or 1,000 per day, you just have to like YouTube videos. You have to write Google reviews about something, you have to rate a restaurant, and so on and so forth. After you do that, they make you get onto these platforms. Now, this ID Box X. Now, this is a platform where they are getting the people to start investing in crypto. Now, crypto investment is something we find very cool, but nobody really understands the basics or who are the verified, which are the verified platforms where they can trust and go forth for it. So, a lot of the people, just to earn extra income, they go onto these platforms. And here what happens is the fraudsters make them open their user profiles. They give user IDs, login IDs, and everything. And you can see that the money which you had earned by doing those jobs, liking YouTube videos or adding to somebody's Instagram followers and writing Google reviews, all the money you got from that, they make you invest onto these platforms. And when you log into the user profile, you can see that you have invested so much. It is going into Ethereum, it is going into Bitcoin, and it's going into Tron, the different kinds of cryptocurrencies, and your profit is increasing. The fraud starts happening when you want to withdraw this money. The moment you say, okay, now I'm very happy with this profit, I want to withdraw, they start again giving you false assurances. You don't invest, don't back out right now, you are earning a lot, and do not, if you want to withdraw, pay this fee, that fee. And people fear and people have this greed ki, okay, if I pay 10,000 more, I'll get my 1 lakh back. If I pay 50,000 more, I'll get the other money back. So this is how the entire mechanism works. Now, as I'm aware that in the crowd today, we have a lot of entrepreneurs and business people. Another major kind of fraud which is happening is that of impersonation. Impersonation in the name of people. Suppose you're the head of your company, your juniors, your subordinates will get messages in your name with your DP as the profile picture saying, I'm in a meeting and please pay me some money. Or my relative needs some help, purchase this gift card and give it to them. Now, because they are using your photos, the juniors will be, it's a fiduciary relationship. They are scared or they trust you, so they immediately make the payment. Similarly, the names of your companies, the websites that you have, you really need to make sure that the website is secure and there are no other similar looking websites. Because we've had cases where the young business professionals come to us that, ma'am, we've been receiving 10, 12 people who are coming asking for jobs, saying they have received documents of job offers from our companies. So what we really need to understand is, and that's how I would want to conclude, is that today the world is very digital. Everything you do has a digital footprint. Your business attracts people via the digital medium and you conduct your business via digital medium. So you really need to be secure about the different kinds of payment mechanisms that you use, people that you transact with online. So very little things, small things can make a big difference and prevent you from becoming victims. So that's all that I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Could I kindly request our chairperson, Ms. Ritu Shah, to felicitate our guest, please? Thank you, Ms. Ritiraj, DCP Cybercrime, Cyberabad. Over to you, Santoshji.
Thank you so much. I feel like the next topic was really we wanted to share some experiences, basically from each of the DCPs, which I feel like we've already done a lot of that. Okay? So I would actually like to request if anyone in the audience would like to share their experience, whether you've been a victim or whether you know someone who's been a victim. Please.
I'm Dr. Anil Kaur, one of the senior members of this organization. I practice at Care Hospital. I'm giving my credentials, education, age, experience. And this is what happened to me yesterday. Last night, I received a call from SBI saying that you have earned some points on your card and you have not used them. So I said I don't do any online shopping. I never use points. I'm a card holder from the last 20 years probably when they started SBI card. And I never got a call like this. So he said, no ma'am, but we can convert your points to cash. So the cash was 9,990 rupees. Can you believe it, this gentleman? The message coming from SBI, logo, where I normally get pay your bill, you're due, you have not paid this month, we are blocking your card. It was from the same SMS. Something happened to the mic. And that person kept me engaged from 6:30 in the evening to 9:30 in the evening, trying to help me out to give the money. So he verified my card, my ID details. So it was coming from the SBI SMS platform, which I get every day probably. Somewhere around 9 o'clock, I realized that there was something wrong because they started calling me from a private number, which was not a helpline number. They asked me to call up helpline number, talk to them. Everything happened, but what I'm trying to tell you is at the end of the day, that money didn't come into my account because I was stupid enough to give them, okay, you deposit it here, you deposit it here. And fortunately, my other banks just blocked my account. They didn't allow any transaction, and I started getting messages, we have blocked your card, there's an unauthorized, whatever it was. And in the morning at 11 o'clock, that person calls me up again. Madam, have you sorted out your issue? I said, my app is blocked, my cards are blocked. I cannot pay you 1,030 rupees more, which is balance on my SBI card, to receive 9,990 rupees. And I said, I don't want it, you keep it or you transfer it to your account, don't disturb me again. I went to my bank and the first thing my bank manager said, Madam, बच गए आप automatically card block हो गया, आपका पूरा पैसा चले जाता था. So now my cards, every account is blocked for 3 days. I've blocked everything. You said smishing. This is the first time I heard about smishing. And how I fell a victim to it, whatever you people had related, I have experienced it one way or the other. $1 million emails, 50,000 gold. One gentleman, very handsome looking fellow from England, he sent me pictures of necklaces. And, I like you so much. I just like interacting with you. And he sent me and said, I'll be sending a consignment. So I said, bye-bye. I don't want any consignment. I just met, a doctor. This happened during COVID times. So during COVID times, we were exchanging lot of news with doctors all over the world. Italy, France, USA, Germany, everywhere, wherever we could get information. So this person posed as a doctor, and when he said he's sending me a gift, a pass, I said, post office is blocked, nothing is coming, you're not going to be able to give me a parcel, you better stop talking to me, and I reported it to the crime department. I reported his number. So yesterday's thing, why I'm highlighting, madam, because you just said smishing, I fell a victim to it. And the first thing which I told my driver I have to rush to the bank, he said, madam, kya hua? I said, ऐसे हुआ, ऐसे करा और बोला, मैडम इतना बेवकूफ़ रहते कि आप, हाँ, आपको मालूम नहीं, यूट्यूब वीडियो देखो बैठ के, रोज एक वीडियो देखो बैठ के, आपको मालूम होता कि ये सब कैसे कर रहे हैं. Thanks a lot for highlighting. My question to you is, this was my experience, latest experience. My question to you is, where do I go to report such an issue, or should I just call 1930, give the number and say trace out this number? What is it that I'm asking for everybody? Sometimes we get कि कहाँ जाना है, किधर कंप्लेन, आपका ऑफिस मुझे नहीं मालूम, आपका ऑफिस नहीं मालूम, आपका ऑफिस नहीं मालूम, नंबर भी नहीं मालूम, कल शायद मेरे को नाम भी भूल जाएगा. So where should I go to report these kind of crimes? And I'm sure everybody, every one of us would like to know that. Thank you.
First of all, thank you so much, man, for sharing. And by the way, what's the number again?
1930.
I couldn't hear that. Thank you.
1930.
There you go. Thank you.
Afternoon to everyone. I just wanted,
Can you please come?
yeah, I just wanted to
Can I
share-
interrupt you just for 1 second?
Yeah.
Before you ask your question,
Yeah.
would you like to respond to her? I mean, one of the questions was, well, other than reporting at 1930, what else can they do?
You really need to ignore these kinds of messages because you see, is it in the interest of the bank to pursue you, to convince you to take that cash, converting your reward points into cash? Is it in their business interest? Will they be doing that at night, after business hours? No, they will not. A government entity will not be trying to convince you to take the benefit. Okay? Let's be logical about it, right? It's a very heavy burden. Second, government entities will never communicate to you or do any financial transaction via WhatsApp, via Telegram, via social media. They will either ask you to come to the nearest branch or to the nearest office, or they will be calling you through a verified number, never from a personal number. The SMS header which you mentioned, now SBI has certain identified SMS headers. You know, when we get messages from somebody, it's a personal number. If it's from an entity, a business entity, it's an SMS header of the entity. Now, sometimes we don't know what is it. It might be SBI TZ, SBI SB, right? Something like that. So, how you can trust it is if it makes a logical sense to you. Okay? Because till now, the banks do have a website, they do keep popularizing ki these are identified SMS headers. Please don't trust any other SMS headers, but it's not a very common public knowledge, right? But just know, no government body will ask you for a financial transaction via messages, WhatsApp, and social media platforms like Telegram. That's all. In fact, I would like to thank you for wasting the time of the criminal so that in those 3 hours, some others were saved. And second thing, especially SBI as a public sector bank, when you go physically also, then also they'll not entertain. Forget wasting 3 hours over phone. And the technical part, my friend Preeti, she has already explained what needs to be taken care of. No, not at all.
Later, then he called again from a personal number, and I said, now let me stop. I just told him I'm tired, call me back in the morning. But surprisingly, they did call me in the morning, exactly at the time which I told them to call. 11 o'clock in the morning, sharp, I got a call from them. And I said, leave it. In fact, when I was coming here, that chap was calling again. I said, let me not lift the call this time and let me get some input from you. I have to go and report that whole thing.
But ma'am, you were very intelligent enough, and as Santosh Garu he already said, ringing that alarm bell, despite knowing everything, sometimes we do fall trap to these kind of conversations because they are framed in such a manner that they look genuine. The SMS looks genuine, the call looks genuine.
Yes.
So thank you for not falling prey to it.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Shamila Ji. I just wanted to share the incident which occurred yesterday only. Yesterday and today actually. We have a friend at Ahmednagar, and they are into some business, and they have an electrical engineer in that place since 25 years, that man. And he has a son who just passed on with his education, and he was looking for medical seat. So they were they got less number, that child. So they were trying for some medical college admission. This is the scene, and they called us day before yesterday, and they said us ki we are coming. My friend and that person, they came off, and they said ki they wanted to go to Rajiv Gandhi Medical College, which is here from here 400 kilometers. Why? Because what happened is they were trying for medical colleges on online, searching, and they got a call from some random call that this is from the government, that we have come up with for the less score students sponsorship program, in that you will be getting the admission in such a reputed colleges. Just you need to check this website. They have sent a link, and these people got into that link, and then they came to know that whole college website, and everything was very true. We can't go that website through our Google search. They have sent a link. We can reach that website. So in that they told us that the dealing has been done in 35 lakhs, and 6 lakhs they paid initially, that is in maybe before 30 days, 40 days, and after that they said now more 6 lakhs you can pay. They paid. So till today, till 4 days, it was 12 lakhs. They have already paid for their child admission for their medical. After that, they received a proper Rajiv Gandhi Medical College appointment admission letter with every detail, which is looks very authentic. So the child, the parent, all are happy in spite of getting less numbers. They got the admission. Now this happened in July. Now since long time again they have asked for next 12 lakhs, which is pending in their dealing. Then the suspicious occur. So they spoke to their boss, which is our friends. So then they came here, and yesterday they by car they went there. We all understand that this is fraud case, but for a father who has got a money from someone else and he's trying to give admission to his son, they reach there, and there they showed that paper to the medical college, and it found out it's a fraud case. And that person who was the father of the child, and he said now from here I'll not go home, I'll die, I'll do this. All this happened, and then they came back, and those guests are at my home today morning, and I told them that today I'm going to this, and that father was very much reasonable. So this happened today. So they have blocked the bank account, which is 9 lakhs is there in that bank account, which has been deposited by one more girl for that. So now I don't know what happens. This is the Nissim. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lasya. I'm an advocate by myself. So this was a not recent, about like a couple of years ago, one of the cases I've handled. So there was this woman who got a call from her friend saying that my daughter was admitted in the hospital. She was traveling to US, and I'm sharing a link, and you share it with your friends and gather some money to get the daughter back. So I think this is an example, like I don't know if you experienced personally in Hyderabad, that go that way, that says that, okay, there's a person who's admitted in the hospital and they need money to treat them. I think even recently I've received a couple of messages from a friend saying that it's a friend's of friend who need that. So when they approached me, they said, okay, we have transferred like a couple of sum of money. So how do I get them back? And that time cybercrime or cyber awareness wasn't available for everybody. Being a lawyer myself, I didn't know how to approach to things or whom to contact those things. So to tell like everybody, these are not the only examples that you can get out of cyber. So even there launder money through messages this way. I think recently there are a lot of mails or messages saying that donate operation or that person is physically challenged. So that And ma'am, really we wanted to know if that 19030 is sometimes might be busy, or if there's any other approach that we can to contact cybercrime department. Thank you.
Yes. Apart from 1930, which is our helpline number, that is a national helpline number. That is not our state number. It is national helpline number for any cybercrime and most importantly, financial frauds. And another thing which we can do is, if at all, if it is busy, you can log in NCRP portal, National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. We have a portal that is National Cybercrime Reporting Portal. You can log in that portal and you can enter the details, and within minutes everything will be registered and you will be directed to the concerned people. That is being done. Thank you.
Ma'am, just a question here. This is Hina Srivastav.
Just to add to that, when you're putting the petition on NCRP, please make sure the payment details are correct. The account from which your money has been debited and wherever you have paid the money, if it's a UPI address or if it's an account number, just make sure you put those details correct. The accounts debited from, account credited to, transaction ID of your transaction and the reference number. Okay, these are certain details, keep it in mind. You put it correctly. If the money is still available in those accounts, the money will be frozen and it will be much easier to help you.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Hina Srivastav, a very senior member of the Flow organization. It's a privilege that most of us and our organization today has had this interaction with all of you. Thank you for apprising us of all the facts, the do's and the don'ts. My question to the panel was, we've heard so much about cybersecurity. We are entitled and privileged to have had a privy to this. What is the Cybersecurity Council doing this as an awareness to students? We heard that young intellectual professionals are becoming victims to this. So is Cybersecurity Council really stretching in companies to professionals, to school students? Because today as young as 8 has the ability and the privilege to own a cell phone. So what are the steps that the council is doing to spread this awareness to a normal citizen of India?
See, I can speak on behalf of Cyberabad. In Cyberabad, at least through SCSC, we have a chapter called Dilse, that is Digital Literacy for the Youth. So through that program, I personally have been to more than 20 schools. And we have a Dilse, the SCSC Dilse chapter, they have a specific set of volunteers and they are trained. Now for their training, we keep giving them inputs, okay, these are the different kinds of MOs, the methods of crime which are coming up these days, this is how people are falling for it. And they do the training like that and they go to a lot of schools, colleges, corporate companies and even residential societies. So we are trying to spread the word as much as possible. In fact, even for Telangana State Police, we have this as a measure of work that we do, that how many cybercrime awareness sessions have been conducted every month. So it is something measured so that it is actually done. That's for Cyberabad.
Coming to Rajakonda, we have similarly we have a Rajakonda Security Council, and there we have a Cyber Security Council. And from our part, what we are doing is we are going to all the colleges, all engineering colleges and degree colleges, and selecting students, enthusiastic students, and training them as cyber yodhas. We name them cyber yodhas. So they will be in Rachakonda, that is the name given to, and in every college or school you find cyber yodhas, and they will be well aware of the trending MOs and who to approach, how to approach, and what are the do's and don'ts. We are training them, and apart from that, we are regularly visiting colleges, residential colonies, and doing awareness programs. That is part of our job. It is not only investigation we are doing. We believe that prevention is better than cure. So most of the time, half of the day, we'll be spending on awareness programs. And as ma'am said, it is measured. It is part of our job chart, and we are doing that. And we are creating awareness. Thank you.
So it's wonderful that all three of our commissionerates, Cyberabad Security Council, the Rashtrakuta Security Council, and as well as we have the Hyderabad City Security Council, Painsel Sven Santoshi, and the convener. He chairs the council for Hyderabad. And we also run similar programs, curriculums in schools. We call them cyber volunteers. And they are the ones who take forward, they are educated about what kind of common crimes are being perpetrated, how do we prevent them, how we go and tell in the family that what to do, what not to do. And other than this, we have our social media handles where through specific messages, whichever is the most common kind of fraud which is going on, that is circulated in the Hyderabad City Police website, cybercrime website, in Instagram, Twitter accounts. And otherwise also our officers, not just of the cybercrime police station, even at the local police station, they have the mandate to conduct cyber awareness programs. And as both of my colleagues said, it is a measurement of our performance, because as police, our motto is not just detection of crime, but also prevention of crime. And it most importantly comes from awareness, which is a very important mandate of the cyber police or general police everywhere. So that is, in practice, we are doing. But the only point that I want to make out is not just, all of us, let's not just look at the police to do it. It can be done by schools, it can be done by the companies, and as a CSR or any kind of such kind of conclaves we can have, and let us take that as a combined objective. And yeah. Thank you so much.
I'll take.
That's a very relevant observation. And in my keynote also I said that the senior citizens have suddenly entered into this digital age. They didn't get a time to understand the nitty-gritty of it and how it is going, online banking, Facebook, social media. Even my father, I warn him every day, you don't do this. I warn my mother every day, keep on liking videos, stop liking those videos. Because they don't know the implications of it. So yeah, that's a very good idea, because they are ardent newspaper readers. And to publish, in fact, we are, all of us are in continuous interaction with the press also. And whichever crime is the most common MO, which becomes the most common MO, we keep on telling the press to publish it in the vernacular languages and English language as well. And we will also appreciate if all of you start discussing financial frauds, digital frauds, sextortion frauds at home with your elders also. Thank you.
Prachi, one second. I would, thank you so much for such an enlightening session today. My question to all three of you is, what is the biggest challenge that the State Police of Telangana is facing while combating these cybercrimes? What do you expect from us? What is the challenge that you face?
So the challenge, if I talk from the point of investigation perspective, this is generally, crime is supposed to be jurisdictional. The person living here commits a crime here. It's identified. In cybercrime, the issue is person is sitting somewhere far off, and we have very few digital footprints to investigate. And the interjurisdictional nature makes it very difficult to, follow it through in the judicial procedure. So that is one problem. The second is when it comes to, how the public can support us. The best way the public can support us by, every time they do a financial transaction, they should think twice. If you get a message from somebody asking for money in emergency, please don't fall prey to your emotions, verify. It will barely take 5 minutes, but it will probably save lakhs of your rupees. If you want to do investments, verify the platform on which you're doing. Read about it. if you want to download an app and do some work on it, please read about that app. Today, a lot of applications available on Play Store have a lot of malicious information inside. They take data from your phones, or they become a conduit between you and the cyber fraudsters. They are responsible for data breaches. So my only request to the public is be very careful with your digital behavior, and anytime you make a financial transaction, even to the best of your friends, to the closest of your family members, beware. Check twice. That's all.
As Riti said, this is very true. The, cybercrime do not have any jurisdiction. For traditional crime like theft or robbery, we can detect it by evening. But in cybercrime, it is not limited to Rajakonda or Cyberabad or Hyderabad. It is spread all over India, and sometimes, and most of the times nowadays, it is from other countries also. So the biggest challenge we are facing is, we are a force of thousands, and our population is in crores. So to cater to the people and to do the investigation, lot of infrastructure is needed, and we are trying to do justice to whatever we are doing. But only thing what we request from your side is, if you are careful and if you are extra cautious while doing any transactions or anything, that will be of great help to us. Thank you.
So the most important challenge which I felt is getting the victim's money back. We personally feel very sorry, and our hands are tied because the money, the ease at which it flows now, it has brought a certain level of comfort to all of us. UPI, IMPS, RTGS, it flows very fast. So yeah, within minutes and seconds, it will be flown through 10 or more accounts and maybe withdrawn also. So that is the most important challenge which I think I'm not able to rectify for the victims. And the only defense against is to be alert, as both of the colleagues said. So please be careful when you do financial transactions. And second thing, if we talk about non-financial frauds like sextortion or any other women-related frauds, the thing is sometimes they have international dimensions. They can be run through outside India. So there our hands become tied to catching the criminals. So the only request from the public and all of you is to be alert, and be cautious, and save yourself and others and your family members from these kind of crimes. Thank you.
Ma'am, before you close, a quick thought that I'd like to share. My name is Jyotsna Angara. I'm an EC member with the Cyberabad Security Council for the last many years. We've worked. I rather missed you at the last EC meeting. Now the thing is, there are many initiatives like Dil Se, like she spoke about. We do Margadarshak, we do Sangamitra, the traffic volunteers, so many. And now each commissionerate is naming it differently. Why would you want to duplicate something? Why can't you replicate it, because it's a tried, tested thing. And now the school clubs that we have started, it's giving out good results. At the end, what are we all looking at? Good quality results for these things. So maybe, the recall value for a school or anybody else, if a same name is continued, like a brand name, any initiative, then it is so much higher, the recall value. And you would replicate the same initiative elsewhere. So that was just a thought and a suggestion there, that it's a tested ground already. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think borrow a mic. I know we're.
Somebody had raised a question about how to report, where to report, and all of us told you can do 1930 call or NCRB platform. Now, I want to tell you the procedure after that, so you're not in the dark. After you file a petition on the NCRP platform, it's a nationwide platform, right? So it will go to your jurisdictional police station, your local police station. So if you're a resident of Gachibowli, it will go to the Gachibowli police station. If you're a resident of, say, Malakpet, it will go to your particular police station. Now, the structure of Cyberabad is that if your amount lost is less than 1.5 lakh, it goes to your local police stations and they will be doing your investigation. So after putting up the petition, once you receive a message from NCRP saying that your petition has been processed and this is your police station, you have to go to the police station once. Because unless we speak to the victim, unless we get the details from them, we cannot start with the investigation. And if the amount lost is more than 1.5 lakh, you come to the cybercrime police station in Cyberabad, that is within the Cyberabad Commissionerate headquarters. So this is the structure for any resident in Cyberabad limits. I think something similar is in Rachakonda and Hyderabad.
It's the same for all commissionerates. It's same. Below 1.5 lakh, you have to go to the local police station. If it is more than that, then you report to Cybercrime PS Rachakonda. And it is the same in Hyderabad also.
Yeah, it's the same, but centrally also, if anybody, any member of your family faces a fraud and is having difficulty in getting crime registered in NCRP or 1930, they can directly come to our centralized cybercrime police station. We do help them to register the complaint also.
Thank you, Ms. Sneha.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I touch on one important point. I know we talked, this whole session was about cyber crimes, but there is opportunity side of cybersecurity that we have to keep in mind. The opportunity side is it's actually a very rewarding profession. And I run a cybersecurity services company, and there's a severe shortage of talent, and it pays very well, and you can be a cyber warrior. It's professionally very rewarding, monetarily very rewarding. And the reason is it needs to be part of our basic curriculum everywhere. Now it's mandated that most of the engineering colleges have cybersecurity curriculum. Very soon, I won't be surprised if the cybersecurity curriculum gets into our basic education. At least it starts from middle school. So that should be the case. I completely advocate with that. So, over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Sneha Mehra, Dr. B. Anuradha, Ms. Ritiraj, Mr. Santosh Kaveti, for sharing your experiential knowledge with us. It is my honor to now invite Ms. Aparna Reddy, Senior Vice Chairperson, Flow Hyderabad, to give the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are on a fast track of rapidly advancing technology, where life is becoming more convenient through digital innovations. But we must also acknowledge both the benefits and the risks that come with these advancements. Today's session has been a crucial step towards enhancing our understanding of this digital landscape. It has empowered us to embrace technology while remaining vigilant and cautious about the information we share. It has equipped us with knowledge and strategies to navigate the digital world more securely. Let's carry forward this awareness and actively apply these learnings to create a safer digital environment for ourselves and others. Hyderabad Flow would like to thank our esteemed guest, Mr. C.V. Anand, Commissioner of Police Hyderabad, Ms. Sneha Mehra, IPS DCP Cybercrimes Hyderabad, Dr. B. Anuradha, IPS DCP Cybercrimes Rachakonda, Ms. Ritiraj, IPS DCP Cybercrimes Cyberabad, Mr. Santosh Kaveli, CEO, founder of ProArc, the entire Telangana State Police, our premium platinum sponsor, Kaveri Seeds, Sri Shiv Narayan Jewelers Private Limited, premium diamond sponsor, Freedom Healthy Cooking Oil, diamond sponsor, ARL Tires, initiative sponsor, Prayag Nutri, Flow and Y-Flow past chairs, all the members present here today, and the media. Please join us for high tea and a tour of the control room after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Aparna. For all those who wish to tour the facility, please assemble at Tower A. High tea is open for everyone. Thank you so much.
Just a second, ma'am. One more, please, please, please. Here, ma'am.
Other crime investigators. Coming to the technologies, ma'am, the major part of this command and control center. Actually, we call this as a multi-agency operation center, where not only police, roads and buildings, and all intelligence department, special branch, all will sit here. This is a multi-agency operation center where even from the level of chief minister, because it is not a small number, and here we can view all the cameras in Hyderabad, and Rajkot. Especially, we have installed all these cameras for the safety and security of the women first. And we have completely, right now we are coming up with one more project that is called as Nirbhaya project. I think the meaning of Nirbhaya, everybody I think you know that Nirbhaya. So we have started a new cameras project that is called as Nirbhaya. These cameras are especially meant for only for women. Where women are being harassed, like EPC, like any hot spots, crime spots. So those cameras also are being viewed here. And this is the iconic structure where all and we have a separate social media team